Welcome back to CG Lab. Today, we have got some exciting news in the world of tech warfare, featuring Huawei's latest release, the Mate 60 Pro, a 5G smartphone. Is this smartphone a snub to US sanctions? Stick around to find out. Huawei's Mate 60 Pro is not just a smartphone. It's a symbol of technological resilience. Let's delve into the details. But first, let's talk chips. Some claim Huawei has been using innovative methods like SAQP, self-aligned quadruple patterning, on older machines for chip production. While these may have limitations such as slower production rate and lower yield, we have got some intriguing hunches. Hunch number 1. The Huawei SMIC team might surprise us with production yields above 80%. Far better than Reuters' estimate of below 50%, as per its report a few months back. Hunch number 2. China's homegrown DUV lithography machines may be ready in sufficiently large numbers soon to support SAQP's onerous requirements. ASML's decision to extend the suspension date of DUV supply from September 1st to December 31st of 2023 is driven less by its desire to play good Samaritan, but more by its understanding that DUV revenue from China could decline drastically starting next year. If my hunches turn out to be correct, China chip sector should have interesting years ahead. US may want to reassess its chip containment policy on China. On August 29, Huawei launched a low-key pre-sales campaign for Mate 60 Pro during a visit to China by US Commerce Secretary Gina Raimondo, whose agency imposed many of the key export controls on China. Huawei further offered its top-of-the-line Mate 60 Pro Plus and X5 smartphones on September 8, with expected delivery no later than October 9. Inside China, there is overwhelming patriotic fervor for the Mate 60 Pro, symbolizing China's resilience against US sanctions. Huawei has reportedly boosted production of Mate 60 Pro series to 15 million units, but so far, no official comment yet. Industry insiders said Huawei has told all sales channels that there are enough supplies and no price hikes are allowed. Since Huawei's 5G phones run on Harmony OS, their market is likely to be focused on China for now. Apple's high-end market share in China is undoubtedly at risk. The Mate 60 Pro is no slouch in the performance department, with blazing download speeds. Speed tests shared by buyers on Chinese social media have suggested that the Mate 60 Pro is capable of download speeds exceeding those of top-line 5G phones, according to Reuters. The device isn't draining its battery unusually soon, according to testing by Bloomberg News. The phone has a radio frequency front-end module from Beijing On Microelectronics Co. and a satellite communications modem from Huawei Co. Its RF transceiver is by Guangzhou Runxin Information Tech. These unheralded companies contributed to assembling a device that relies on little tech from overseas. The teardown has so far identified only SK Hynix memory as a component of foreign origin. Jake Sullivan, US National Security Advisor, said the US government is keen to understand the precise compositions of Huawei's new chip. He argued that the US should maintain its policy of imposing technology restrictions only on national security grounds, not on the broader issue of commercial separation. The US may also have to grapple with its own domestic divide on the effectiveness of its sanctions. US firms like Qualcomm and Nvidia may advocate for reduced sanctions, contending that stringent restrictions have inadvertently empowered China's quest for technological self-reliance while denting American commercial interests. Representative Michael McCall said SMIC may have violated US sanctions by supplying components to Huawei. While both companies have been blacklisted by the US government, SMIC would have to adhere to US regulations if it wants to use American technology in its operations. Guo Mingqi, an analyst at TF International Securities, believes Huawei Mate 60 Pro series may sell at least 12 million units within a year of launch. They will not return Huawei to its golden days, but it undeniably sends a message. Jefferies analyst Edison Lee has estimated the device could cannibalize 38% of iPhone sales in China, were Huawei to sell 5 million units. In my view, analysts are too conservative on Huawei's ability to overcome supply-side bottlenecks with acceptable production yield. I anticipate strong upside revision ahead once Huawei proves able to successfully deliver on the overwhelming orders already received. There has been speculation that SMIC did not manufacture the new Mate 60's advanced processor. Huawei might have bought personnel, equipment, and know-how from SMIC in a buyout deal to set up its own foundries, according to industry sources who declined to be identified, echoing a Hong Kong-based analyst's recent comments. Can the Mate 60 Pro's processor technology scale up to high volumes and with good enough production yields to make it economically viable? I think positive surprises are likely. Will the Mate 60 eat into Apple's iPhone sales in China this holiday season? I think that is almost certain, and it can't hurt that Chinese government agencies are telling staff to ditch their iPhones at work. Will US-China chip war escalate further? Political expediency on top of 2024 US election will likely prompt Washington to ratchet up sanctions and lead to proportionate retaliations from China. The launch of Huawei Mate 60 Pro series is more than a smartphone release. It is a glimpse into the future of tech competition. Stay tuned for more updates. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Thanks for watching CG Lab, and we will catch you in the next video.